So what you just heard was an audio delay effect, which I achieved using a free app on my iPad. This effect is the basis of a new publication that I'm very excited to share with you. This is a book of studies for the Clarinet with Delay Effect, written by Christopher Mothersole, titled Delaytudes. And besides having a brilliant title, this book makes very creative use of the delay effect, playing with rhythm, texture, and harmony. They are quite fun, but also beneficial as a pedagogical tool, because the delay effect perfectly imitates everything that you play. So if there are any inaccuracies or inconsistencies in your timing or your intonation, for example, they will be served to you perfectly, immediately. The composer writes in the preface, "It is my hope that the contents of this book deepen clarinetists' curiosity for electroacoustic music while pushing the limits of their playing." And having now spent a bit of time with the new book myself, I can say that I truly believe it does succeed in meeting that goal. So I wanted to give you a quick sampler by playing just the first bit of each etude so that you can listen to the sheer variety and the creativity packed into this new book. But before I get into that, I want to show you just how easy it is to get started with playing with this audio delay effect on the clarinet. Mothersole offers great advice about equipment in the book and also on his website. But just to get started, you actually don't need to purchase any new equipment if you already have access to a phone and some headphones. Because what you need really is a microphone to pick up the clarinet sound. You need a device to produce the delay effect. And then you need some way, of course, to hear it. So the exact choice of phone or tablet app is not really so important because the free ones, tend to come and go. But at the time of this recording, I have been making use of the free app for Apple devices called AR Delay by Nembrini Audio. Or if you're an Android user, you could try the free app Gigboard SE by musicandtools.com. And you could also use a laptop instead of a phone or tablet. So MacBooks have the free software GarageBand, and Windows or Mac can make use of the free software Audacity. So I'll open up the app on my tablet now to show you the basic settings, and then we'll get to making some noise here. So there are two ingredients for the delay effect. Time is how long the device waits until repeating the sound back to the listener, and feedback is the number of times that the delay repeats back. So if you're using a dedicated piece of audio equipment that's specialized for delay, then chances are you're going to be turning knobs to set those parameters. And you may also be able to tap a button to set the delay time. Now with this particular app, you do have knobs on the display, but you could also simply just type the exact numbers that you want, which is kind of nice. So this app measures delay time in milliseconds, whereas Mothersole's book has delay time notated in what might be more familiar metronome markings. So I'm going to show a chart on the screen right now that does all of the calculations so that if your device wants the delay time in milliseconds like mine does, you can easily input those times that are suggested from the book. On the chart, I've also included the feedback values that worked for me with this particular app, which are noted as a percentage. Now the other app settings are just one-time changes. I like to set the mix to 100% so that I only hear the repeated sound that's played back and not any of the immediate initial sound that I produce. The other setting you may need to adjust is the audio buffer size. I won't go into the details about this, but for our purposes, the higher the audio buffer size value, the more lagging or sluggish the playback will be. So you ideally want this value to be as low or as fast as possible. However, if you make the value too low, you may start to hear crackling noise as the device cannot keep up that speed and also maintain the sound integrity. For this app, I personally find 2.7 milliseconds or 128 samples to be an acceptable compromise of audio quality versus speed. So for this first etude, I'll set the delay time to 435 milliseconds. And Mothersole indicates that the delay should have feedback of around 5 or 6 repeats, which I have found to work out to a setting of around 20%. One more tip for finding the correct tempo. Before you begin playing the music, just play a few short notes and listen to the playback to get a feel for the intended tempo. This etude has a delay of quarter note rhythm value, so I'm going to settle into that tempo by trying to achieve a steady series of quarter notes along with a delay. And with that settled, I think we're ready for the sampler. So I'm going to play just, again, the first few lines of each etude to give you a taste of each one. So here is etude number 1. And there you have it. Thanks for listening, and if this audio delay effect is new to you, I hope that you'll consider giving it a try. So Mothersole's book is a great way to get started, and it is available in physical paper and digital PDF formats, both of which I sell through my website, Camco Music. And with that, I think I'll get right back to it.